Whoa! Hey, you like olive oil? I love olive oil. What's up, everybody? Wellness Week Live. I am DJ Anthony. How you doing? Hey, listen, I'm not giving any medical advice. Always check with the healthcare professionals. I don't know shit. I'm a DJ from New Jersey. But today, which olive oil to buy? Now, I always say the two things you should eat, including to your diet every single day, is sauerkraut and olive oil. Tablespoon of sauerkraut or two every day, and a tablespoon or two of olive oil every day. You could take it straight or drizzle it on your salad or put it in your shake or drizzle it on any dish. You don't have to dump it on there, but olive oil is so important for your health. And so is sauerkraut or kimchi, either one kind of the same thing. But that'll be another show, sauerkraut and kimchi. But olive oil today on Wellness Week Live. Okay, so how you doing, by the way? Seriously, how are you? How's your mental health? Mine, I'm up and down this week. It's stress, anxiety. I'm a hot mess, but got to breathe, all that stuff. Speaking of which, olive oil helps with stress and anxiety. So, how to buy the right olive oil? Because not all olive oils are the same. Just because you bought olive oil, you actually might be hurting yourself. So, how to buy and how to know. Like anything else, there's good and bad in all products. I don't care if it's tissue paper, if it's sneakers, if it's meat, if it's, in this case, olive oil. So let's get right into it. So olive oil, it has so many great health benefits. It's got your omega-3s. Olive oil is very important for cellular health. Basically, olive oil is great for your heart, your brain, your skin, your muscles, but particularly for the heart, the arteries, and the veins. So what olive oil does is, it's the lube of life. It makes the arteries particularly excuse me, I'm getting all choked up. It's such a beautiful thing. Olive oil makes arteries and veins very malleable, and you want that. You don't want arteries and veins that become calcified or stiff, because then you have heart disease. So olive oil is a great way, and it's I would say it's nature's medicine. So you want to incorporate olive oil. And there's a famous, I would say probably most cardiologists, but there's a famous cardiologist named, I believe, Dr. Gundry out of California. And he says your whole goal in life, your whole purpose in life is to put olive oil into your mouth every day. So again, I'm not saying drink the whole bottle, but like the Europeans do in the blue zones where everyone lives healthier and longer and happier. So you drizzle some on your salad, or you drizzle some on, if you have a plate of chicken, or drizzle some on the mashed potatoes, drizzle some. Honestly, the taste is not that strong, so you could put it in anything. I drizzle it on my shakes. I drizzle it on if I'm having even like a yogurt, I'll drizzle it on there, because it's not that strong of it's not like garlic. You know what I mean? So drizzle it on everything and anything, or just take it tablespoon, boom, in the morning, and maybe tablespoon in the afternoon. So that's how important it is. So it helps with cellular function. It helps to higher your HDL, good cholesterol, fights bad cholesterol. It helps with stress. It is an anti-inflammatory. Okay. So, but you want to incorporate it. It's not going to just work right away, just because you have your first tablespoon. It takes time, but it's so important to have. You must incorporate olive oil into your daily routine. It's that important. So don't say you don't have the money. How many pairs of shoes do you have? You hang out with the guys. You have money for liquor. You have money for cheese doodles. You have money for soda. You have money for sweet drinks. How many pairs of jeans do you have? You got money for olive oil. So let's go into it. So number one, when you're buying olive oil, okay, you want to make sure the bottle is glass, not plastic. You see olive oil in plastic, it's shit. It's mierda. You see olive oil in a tin canister, no good. It has to be glass, and it has to be tinted glass. That's the first step to say and to know, this is probably quality. It's got to be glass, got to be tinted. Now, there is one caveat. You could find some olive oils in specialty shops that it's glass but not tinted. That might be good, but you have to find out a lot of other things. But generally speaking, yeah, in a store, a big box store or a larger supermarket, it has to be glass. Here's the glass. It's got to be glass, and it's got to be tinted. The reason why it has to be tinted is because olive oil is very fragile. It's very subject to being oxidized and destroyed by light and by heat. So you don't want to have olive oil in a clear container. No good. But it has to be glass, because if it's plastic, then plastic's a chemical. So it'll leach into the olive oil. We don't want that. It also disturb the taste of the olive oil. So glass tinted, number one, or in no particular order, but very important. Okay. The other thing is, I would say price kind of matters, in anything in life. You get what you pay for, so generally speaking, if you're paying more for the olive oil, you're probably getting a better product. Not all the time, but that's just one telltale sign. So we got the glass, the tint, the price. The other thing I would say is you want to make sure, this is the real important one there, that the olive oil is from a single source place. Okay. Because what happens is, if you go and you turn the back of the bottle, you want to read the back. That's important. You should read anything you buy, especially food, but you want to read the back, because if the back says, if the front says, 100% olive oil, good, but the back, it's telling you, well, the olive oil came from 5 different countries, it's probably shit. You want single country, single source. Okay. So Italy, Portugal, those are the big producers, right? I believe there's also olive farms in the Middle East, but the big ones are Italy, So Italy, Portugal, Spain, California. So you want to know that it says it on the back of the bottle. Boom, one location. Okay. Second, you want to make sure that there's a seal of approval or some kind of third party. So this is olive oil from California, which you might not think California olive oil is as good as any. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I like it. It's amazing. And not that you should buy the best, and not because it just comes from your hometown or whatever, or your country, but it's nice, you support in America, but they've earned it. And this is one of the brands, but it has a seal on the back of the California, what is it? It's the California Olive Council seal. So it's a third party, third party verification to say, like, hey, this is legit. So that's nice, and you want to look for that. Now it could be third party, whatever, the Italian organization of Italian olive farm, whatever, but a seal of approval, essentially, that's not associated with the olive oil. So, this olive oil brand does not own the Cali Olive Oil Council. So you want the third party independent seal to verify. Single source. And if you really want to get gangster, single source, single farm or estate. So you see right there, okay, it says Corbin Estate. So now it's telling you it's from Cali, and we're telling you the exact farm, the exact property that it came from. Now now you're in some elite, really high end, the best of the best. And that's important, because again, if you're getting olive oil from 5 different countries, chances are, more than likely, most of it's not olive oil. It's being cut with other oils. That's not good, because it's in travel time. It's being shipped around. There's God knows what else is in there. So you want single source, single country, single state, single farm, single estate. And it has to be labeled on the bottle. Okay, so we're doing good, right? You didn't think it was that complicated, but it is. And listen, this is one of the things you should always consume for your life. It's that important. So it's like a medicine. You really, just, pay attention. Listen to me, okay? Ascoltami. All right. The other thing is, you want to see, or smell, I should say, a good olive oil after you got done with all that stuff. A good olive oil should smell like 2 things: grass and fruit put together. So it should have a grassy, fruity smell, because olives, I believe they're fruits. But so olives, you want to have that note when you smell it, that it has a little bit of a grassy smell, a little bit of a fruit smell. That means it's fresh. Because if it smells like burnt, or if it doesn't smell like grassy fruit, then the olive oil is bad. Throw it out. Because that's the other thing. Olive oil is not like wine, although olive oil is as expensive sometimes as wine. But olive oil, is a fine wine can be very old. A fine olive oil cannot be very old. You don't want olive oil really. We're talking maybe weeks, a month or so. You know what I mean? And then it goes rancid. It's very fragile. So the fresher, the better. And that's my next one. So we also want to know that not the use by date. We want to know the date it was produced, because the date it was produced, again, we want close proximity to when it was made. Not it's good for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. No. We want to know the date it was produced, preferably. It's not a deal breaker, but that's nice if you can find that. Okay. The what else I wanted to tell you was that the initials of where it's made should be on the back. Again, Cali, Italy, it'll be on there. Extra virgin and cold press. So extra virgin olive oil, 100% California Select. Okay, first harvest, cold press. Now, extra virgin really is synonymous with cold press. It's almost redundant because extra virgin means it's the first pressing, versus second pressing or whatever. So, but yeah, okay, that's great if it says cold press and first press. That's awesome. Cold press, because you don't want to use heat. Again, heat and light are bad for olive oil. So you want everything cold. When it gets pressed, it's cold, not hot. Some manufacturers will use heat to extract olive oil, and forget it. You can't have that. It's not going to be healthy for you. It's going to oxidize. The other thing I wanted to say before we pack up and go, we want to make sure that I'm getting emotional. Like I said, when you get the olive oil, you're gonna, you want to also store it in a cool, dry place. I guess maybe refrigerator could work too. But so that's basically that. I mean, this olive oil brand I love. I use them. I've been using it for a while, and I'm not going to say, but there's another olive oil brand out there that I thought was like, oh, must be the best. Most of their line is not. So, but you want to look for these things. And again, I drizzle it on everything. I was going to say cooking with olive oil. You can cook with olive oil. I think a lot of people, and I used to be this person, a lot of people say, oh, well, no. It doesn't have a high smoke point like avocado oil. Here's the problem with that. Olive oil smoke point is pretty high. I mean, you're not going to get sick or die if you cook with olive oil. People have been cooking with olive oil for thousands of years, and people in the Mediterranean cook with olive oil. So unless you're going to, run something really hot, like 1,000 degrees, your normal cooking in the kitchen, I wouldn't cook with I would not cook with avocado oil. There's been some studies done that cooking with avocado oil, because it's an avocado and there's other things, could be problematic. You got to look that up for yourself. So, I stick with just cooking with olive oil instead of avocado oil. Avocado oil is not bad, but I think olive oil is the gold medal. So that's that. Again, even just using it, just drizzling it on your food. Ancient people, and even today, olive oil is good for your skin too. And I'm not saying put a gallon on your skin, but fingertips rub. If you have dry skin, you can put it on your hands. Again, I'm not saying a bunch, but ancient Greeks used to bathe in it. So it's that good for you. So big fan of olive oil. You heard what I said. I want you to go out and buy, a good brand like I just showed you, or you could, get this one. I love this. They should be paying me, but they're not. So check them out and taste great. Highly recommend it. All right, olive oil, everybody. Check back in for some great content coming up. I am out of here. DJ Tony. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.